How's it going, guys? Welcome back. Happy Father's Day. Hope you had a good weekend so far. If you have a father, give him a hug. Some of us don't. Like I don't have a father. I have a few friends that don't have fathers. Our mom did everything. So maybe I should wish her Happy Father's Day. I don't know. But I'm a father myself, so we went out for breakfast. I didn't do much. I don't really celebrate holidays like that. Like, I just never have. I mean, I celebrate like Christmas. I'm not like crazy. Not that I just only celebrate like Christmas, Thanksgiving, stuff like that. And birthdays for the kids, and of course, if the wife wants anything, she can have it. She can get that whenever, though. So, however, I don't think she's a big fan of Father's Day herself. Of course, she wished us, me and her father, happy Father's Day. But it wasn't really just about her. I got to pick where we ate, and I picked breakfast. Terrible decision. There isn't. Have you guys noticed that the restaurant quality has went straight downhill? Like, the restaurants are terrible, man. I think that that's actually going to be a big something to think about going into the future. Is I wouldn't. I mean, maybe Yum Brands would be the brand that would actually survive, which is the Arby's and Taco Bell. But a lot of these sit down restaurants, they've just went downhill. The quality has went downhill. The service has went downhill. Unless, maybe they just need to charge more. If that's what you guys need to do to get your shit together, do it. Because honestly, it's been probably a year since there's been any sort of decent restaurants. Like, since I've had a decent meal. But unless I do it at home, But maybe that's the new way to go. Maybe that's what I'm going to start doing. But back to Father's Day, not everybody had a father or has a father like myself, so you don't really notice it. I didn't really notice it because I grew up and I just I guess maybe I looked up to like Kobe's and of the world and stuff like that. So I guess I didn't really think of having a father figure. I mean, I had a stepdad around, but it's not like we weren't really like that. Like he didn't teach me nothing, no values or nothing. That's all stuff I picked up obviously from my mom or throughout life or whatnot. But I didn't really notice what kind of disability I would have by not having a father. Maybe that's a wrong word to use, but until I was in high school. And I was like, I'm gonna go out for baseball because I was good at sports. I was like, I would say probably one of the better athletes at the school. I'm not a bragger like that, even though I have bragged to you guys, but that's just me and you guys, right? I'm not much of a bragger really. So but yeah, so I didn't notice it until really baseball. I went out for baseball and I was like, Babe Ruth does it. Like, he's the best baseball player to ever do it, and he's like 200 pounds overweight. Back then, I wasn't overweight like this. I was definitely in shape. I could run, I could jump. I was like, let me go ahead and take over this sport real quick. That's what I was really thinking in my head, and I was wrong. You gotta have a dad that actually throws the ball at you and stuff. Cause I couldn't hit the ball to save my life. Like, I looked terrible out there. Baseball, you gotta have a dad to play baseball. Period. If you do it without a dad, then you were better than I am. But that's when I really noticed that I should have probably have a dad around before I try to play baseball. However, I did meet my dad, though. I'll tell you the story about it. We'll get into that. Let's see. So I would say about 8 years ago, me and my mom actually went and met my dad. My mom came with me. God, that would have probably been like 12 or 13 years ago. Because I was young, like 17. I guess that isn't really that young, but but she went down with me. I guess they were able to talk. I don't think they had that bad of blood or whatever. So we met down in Mississippi, Biloxi, Mississippi. And, my dad's from the South. A lot of my family on my dad's side is from the South. And I don't think he's ever been to the ocean. And I'm like, let's go play in the ocean. He's like, yeah, no. We pretty much like they don't do that. Like, who plays in the ocean? So anyway, I go ahead and hop on a jet ski, and I'd go as fast as I possibly can. Now that I think back on it, it is pretty dangerous to go on a jet ski, but I love jet skis. If you ever get an opportunity to go on a jet ski, go on a jet ski. It'll almost change your life if you've never been on one. Now, if you go on one in a river or a lake, it's probably not the same. I've never been on a jet ski in a river, mostly because I won't go in a river. Like, I don't want to get whatever that river... I mean, isn't that where all the toilets go and stuff? Like, I ain't doing none of that. Like, I'll go into the ocean. I don't care what the results are, where they're like, well, the ocean's more dirtier than the river. I ain't trying to hear that. River even sounds dirty. I ain't going in no river. So if you're going to get on a jet ski, at least do it in the ocean, because that's where you're going to get I think, the best bang for your buck. I've never done it, though, on a lake or a river, so I'm not speaking to that. But it is one of the funnest things I've probably ever done in my life. So I was riding around on jet skis. He was, like, standing, like, way away from the ocean. Like, he wanted nothing to do with it. So we went to the B.B. King Museum. We ate some good food and whatnot. And that was about it. And, just recently, like probably 3 or 4 years ago, he messages me from time to time. I don't know. It's just not a whole lot to say, I guess. What are we going to talk about? I don't know. When you're, practically 40, I don't know how much advice there is to even give me. I mean, I'm already going to make my decisions. Hopefully they're right and hopefully they're wrong, but whatever. So Father's Day isn't really a big thing for me, but anyway, happy Father's Day. Well, that's a little bit about me. So yeah, I'm also going to go on a trip and I'm going to take you guys with me. We're going to Orange Beach. Orange Beach, Alabama. Now, why Orange Beach, Alabama? That's a good question. I just couldn't really think of a better place. Because if I get too far south, I'm going to the Florida Keys. Because I love the Florida Keys. If you ever get a chance to go to the Florida Keys, go to the Florida Keys. If you ever get a chance to pick where you want to live, go live in the Florida Keys. If you can afford it. Berkshire Hathaway owns the Florida Keys, by the way. Like, they own, like, all the buildings there. So good luck with that. And do not park in their parking lots. It's pretty intimidating. But so we're going to go to Orange Beach, Alabama together. I'm going to start doing shorts. I'm going to show you what kind of food I'm eating, how the beach is out there. Hopefully I don't get ate by a shark because I guess there's a lot of sharks out there. I'm also going to try to go to New Orleans. Well, we're going to New Orleans too. I'm going to have the family with me, so we're not going to stay in New Orleans because it's not really meant for kids. I'm going to try a crawdaddy. Like, have you guys ever tried a crawdaddy? I hear you rip off the head and suck off the juices. Like, that doesn't sound very appealing to me. But I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm going to show you guys. You guys are going to experience it with me. I'm not going for a couple weeks yet, but, that's what I got planned. So I figured I'd hop on here. It was a little bit before midnight. Give you a little video about wishing all the fathers out there a happy Father's Day, or even single moms out there that do both. I feel like you guys should get 2 days. Mothers are pretty important, but I mean, like I said, the baseball thing, fathers are important too. And I believe, like what I do with my children, is I teach more financial, try to invest right away, like that kind of stuff. If I would have had a dad around that did that, I'd already be rich. So I think, dads do bring a lot to the table, so make sure you hug your dads out there. And if they passed, rest in peace, think about them. And, have a good week. Hopefully we kill it. I'm going to have, of course, another Palantir video coming out. And I'm going to have a couple other videos coming out, too, the stocks I'm buying. I'm You already know. You already know. But anyway, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.